So oligopoly and monopolistic competition, cartels, Cournot, oligopoly, Bertrand, monopolistic competition. Airbus and Boeing are the only manufacturer of large commercial planes. If only one firm receives a subsidy, how it can gain competitive advantage? What is the subsidy's effect on price and quantity? We need to focus on two markets. An oligopolistic market has few sellers and barriers to entry. Firms have market power and may or may not collude to form cartels. A monopolistic competitor has firms with market power, but there is free entry in the long run. Within a cartel, oligopoly firms collude to raise price and profits. Oligopoly firms can independently set quantities, Cournot model, or prices, Bertrand model. In monopolistic competitive markets, firms charge prices above marginal, but make no economic profit in the long run. Oligopolistic firms have an incentive to form cartels in which they collude in setting prices or quantities so as to increase their profits. The organization of petroleum exporting countries is a well-known example of an international cartel. Typically, each member of a cartel agrees to reduce its output from the level it would produce it if it acted independently. As a result, the market price rise and firms earn higher profits. If the firms reduce market output to the monopoly level, they achieve the highest possible collective profit. Now about the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, or OPEC, as we know it. There was even inside the cartel a situation, the so-called Russian-Saudi oil price war, where Saudi Arabia was considered to have kept very low oil prices to impact Russian exports and the economy. Probably because of the fact that Saudi Arabia was producing oil much cheaper as compared to Russia. And as regarding the oil supply, US tried to impact the global supply of oil by discovering and exploiting shale oil. Shale oil is a recent technology in which an amount of chemical, a high amount of chemical products is injected at a high depths in order to extract oil. However, researchers say that shale oil is profitable as long as the price of oil is at least 50 or 60 US dollars per barrel. However, 7 or 8 years ago, Saudi Arabia kept, which is the largest oil producer in the world, is said to have provided a high quantity of oil in the market and kept oil price low in order to make US oil shale production unprofitable. Another thing is the fact that some countries are trying to find, let's say, alternative ways of extracting oil. For example, from Greenland, from the Arctic Ocean. The Arctic Ocean is said to have huge oil reserves below. However, production costs are very high because considering the climate conditions, costs, icy waters, it should be oil price to be at least $100 a barrel to make this profit, which is not all the time because oil is fluctuating. So cartel, why cartels fall? External reasons. Cartels are generally illegal in developed countries. High fines and jail terms may prevent collusion. Some cartels fails because they don't control enough of the market to significantly raise the price. Internal region cartel members have been said to cheat if a member thinks its firm is just one of the many, so its extra output hardly affects the market price and the other firm can't tell who is producing more. The same in the oil market. So inside OPEC, there are also conflicts. Some countries wanting to produce more, others to low output in order to increase price. To keep firms from violating a cartel agreement, the cartel must detect cheating and punish violators. Some cartels might give members the right to inspect each other's accounts or divide the market by region or by customers. Cartels may turn to industry organization to collect data on a firm's market. Okay. Now we have some charts. I won't go into so much detail and theory. Differentiated products. By differentiating its product from those of a rival, an oligopolistic firm can shift its demand curve to the right and make it less elastic. Now, even oil has different, even if it's in the 7 or 8 countries inside OPEC. Let's search on the internet to tell you the countries that are in OPEC more exactly, because I don't want to be wrong. OPEC countries. So OPEC countries, Qatar. So now we have 15 countries in OPEC. We have Qatar, Indonesia, Libya, United Arab Emirates, Algeria, Nigeria, Ecuador, Gabon, Angola, Guinea, Congo, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela. So the first countries member of OPEC were Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela. So 4 Arab countries and Venezuela. And then they were later joined by other countries. So member countries, so we have Algeria, Angola, Congo, named them already. Okay, let's go back. So as I said, I was saying about the even the oil, the quality of oil produced by inside OPEC can be different. For example, Libyan oil is considered to be good quality. Okay. Bertrand Oligopoly we have here, so we won't enter into. If all firms in a monopolistically competitive market produce identical products and have identical costs, each firm earns 0 economic profit in the long run. Thus, all firms in the industry are on the margin of exiting the market because even a slight decline in profitability would generate losses. Different costs and products. If those firms have different cost functions, produce differentiated products, most likely firms differ from each other in their profitability. So, assume Airbus and Boeing compete in a Cournot module, produce identical product with identical and face a linear demand curve. If both government gives identical subsidy, both firms produce more. So both have to competitive equilibrium. These firms should not stop lobbying for subsidies to avoid being at a competitive disadvantage if its rival received a subsidy and it did not. Okay.